Hey you all, how you all doing? Happy hump day. I can't believe we made it to the middle of the week, finally. I am currently outside just enjoying the cloudy weather, slight breeze. It's beautiful. It's nice and cool today, and I definitely needed a little bit of a break from the harsh heat of the sun. So this is very nice, lovely weather. How are you all doing? How was your week going? How was your day? Is there anything cool you want to talk about? Is there anything not so cool you want to talk about? Because either way, I want to help and support you all, and I want to send you all my prayers and positive vibes, and just let you know whatever challenges you have right now, whatever you're trying to achieve, you can do this. I completely believe in you, and I know that that's something I want to tell you all and give to you. So keep going out there, living your dreams, keep being brave. I know that there are so many things that are terrifying, but just keep having faith. You all can do this. I believe in every single one of you. I bet you're all wondering why I'm doing a watch party instead of a live, and why on my live I'm telling everyone to click on the comment to come to the watch party. There's a couple of reasons. Biggest challenge that I've had in the business right now is having accessibility at the same time for everybody. So when I'm doing a live, I'll either sign or I'll speak. And the problem is there's not anyone to be able to have the same accessibility for people who need an interpretation or for people who need captioning. And so that's been my biggest struggle with my business right now, is trying to figure out how do I provide that accessibility for both parties and for all my followers. I appreciate and love each and every one of my followers, and the way I was doing things was just not doing accessibility justice, and that's really frustrated me tremendously. So what I have right now as a solution is I'm gonna go ahead and have lives. The lives will tell people to connect to the Facebook watch parties, and then I will be able to have these videos pre-recorded with either an interpretation or a caption, so that we'll be able to have accessibility all at the same time. I'm really excited for this opportunity. I'm just obviously trying to figure all of it out, so it may take a little bit. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for everyone who's supporting me as a small business owner, just trying to figure all of this out. It really means a lot. But I'm very happy because I think as of right now, this is the best solution I can think of that will bring accessibility to all of my followers. And that is something I value so much. And I want everyone to be able to have the same equality of language and accessibility all at the same time. I don't want to keep doing this where I do a live either in sign or spoken English, and then people have to wait hours to get the accessibility version for whatever they need, whether it's sign or spoken English. And so I'm really hoping this will help alleviate that problem. Now, for those of you who have done this for a while, I would really love some advice in this department, because these are some of the problems I'm coming to have. First of all, I was looking into live pre-recorded software as an idea to be able to resolve this issue, because I could pre-record the videos, I could add interpretation or caption prior to having it go live, and then I can also have it be live, which is a big important goal for me right now, is to have live videos. The problems that I'm running into is, first of all, there's a lot of software and programs that are specifically for computer-based operating systems. Right now, I'm not running on a computer. I am using either phone or my iPad. And so I was having issues with that, with any kind of those streaming programs. Now, the other issue is I did end up finding some programs that do work with my iOS devices. But the other issue I'm having just around the block with all of the software is that they connect a lot to lives for Facebook, but I think I only found one that will connect to lives for Instagram. And so I would really love if you all, if anybody had any kind of way for me to come up with a good solution to provide accessibility all at the same time for everyone, and be able to display my live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Please let me know if you've done this, and please let me know if you have any experience with this. I would really appreciate any of the tips and advice for this area. Overall, I'm just very happy that as of right now, there is a solution to have accessibility. That's been the hardest and most challenging thing, that I honestly go to bed just laying my head down on my pillow and going, oh man, it's so difficult to have one party, the deaf and hard of hearing, or the spoken English people, have to wait. And I wish I could do all of it just at the same real time. And I'm really hoping that this will be a good solution to resolve that problem. Now, the next thing that I want to discuss is, of course, the same thing as Monday. What is on my face? I am doing it again, as you can see. I currently have a LimeLife face mask. It's the same one, Skin Polish. And what I love about this is, again, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. You wear it on your face, you rinse it off. So very easy, not very time consuming at all. And you put it on like twice to 3 times a week, and you will feel a difference in your skin just being baby smooth. The ingredients in some of these things is there's lemon peel oil, and that's for helping with cell growth, and it will regenerate the skin on your face. And then there's also jojoba beads, which I did not know what that word was until I literally got this face mask, but that's basically the beads that will help bring the exfoliation for your skin. And then finally there's squalene in it, and that's going to basically wrap around your face to prevent any kind of dehydration. So what I really love about this mask is it's moisturizing, it rejuvenates your skin, it prevents any kind of dehydration, and also it exfoliates, which we know that exfoliation and any kind of hydration, you usually can't have that all in one product, but this one you can, and it's really awesome. The other thing about the Skin Polish is you can buy and get the Skin Polish mask separately as itself, or you can also make a Skin Confidence bundle, and that's going to give you a LimeLife cleanser, a LimeLife moisturizer, and a LimeLife mask of your choice. You'll have different options so you can build your own kit for what will benefit your skincare, which I think is amazing. And I am just so happy with the skincare that I'm currently receiving. I would say after having my son, I just kind of gave up on my skin because I thought there was no way to really rejuvenate it or revitalize it, and I'm just gonna have to accept that it's the way that it is. But no, I found some skincare routine that I am really enjoying and loving. It's not very time consuming, so I can still chase around my very busy 3-year-old, and I can still also have some mommy time and take care of myself too. And also with the Skin Polish, I recently had a friend that bought it, and what I think is really awesome is she just had a baby a few months ago and has said her skin's been really rough and bumpy. And since using the Skin Polish, she said that her skin has been feeling much better, much softer and smoother. And so we're obviously seeing that the Skin Polish is good for all skin types. It's good for any kind of change in life that you've had. Maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're breastfeeding, maybe you've just gone through labor and postpartum. And so we all know the hormones are just going to change so much, and they'll be able to change with those skin issues as well. And skin issues can change not just with hormones, with aging, with diet, and it's able to help combat that too. So the last thing I wanted to ask you all and discuss as a question, and I'd love to see all your comments about this and some recommendations as well. What have you all been recently reading, or a movie that you recently saw? What are those, and would you recommend that? Because that's another good question. You may have seen or recently read something, but you may not necessarily recommend it. And I can totally understand when that happens. but I would love to know. Whatever you have to say to read or watch, yes or no, let me know. Let everyone else know who's in the comments. And I'm about to, disclaimer, tell you all something that will probably upset a lot of people. It might cause some of you to unfollow me, and that's okay. I accept it. This is my truth. It's my story, so no shame at all. But the most recent book or movie that I've seen or read is, for the very first time from start to end, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I know, I'll give you all a minute. Give you all a minute to process that, because it angers a lot of my friends when they find this out. Yes, I just recently listened to an audiobook of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the first time in my life. Now, let me explain why this is my story. When I was younger, I was not allowed to read Harry Potter. It was around the satanic panic of a lot of different things, and because Harry Potter had magic and witchcraft, as people were saying, a lot of people in Christian upbringings weren't allowed to read it. I was one of those kids, and as I grew up, being able to have more of that independence of decisions of what I wanted to read and what I wanted to watch, I just never got around to it. I think a lot of people tell me when Harry Potter is introduced in your childhood, then as they've grown up as adults, of course, it's nostalgic and that they absolutely love it. And I don't know, maybe I can kind of relate to it in the sense with me for Pokemon. I absolutely love Pokemon. I'm a nerd about it, and it's very nostalgic for me too. Maybe if someone wasn't introduced to it or wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon as a child, they wouldn't really care about it right now. So I'm not sure. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong in that department. That's just the only thing right now that I can potentially compare it to. But would I recommend Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone as a question? I would say overall, yes. I would recommend it. I enjoyed it, and I found it to be very entertaining. In fact, with a lot of our summer traveling, there were times where we would arrive to our destination and, have maybe 50% of the book done, and I would still be thinking like, oh, I can't wait for us to get into the car, because then we'll be able to listen to the rest of it. And it was enjoyable. So I'm really happy that I didn't feel like it made the car ride worse to be able to listen to something longer. It actually made the car ride go faster. So I would recommend it if you're looking for something to entertain you. If you came from a background like me where you're going, I don't even know Harry Potter because I just never got around to it, I'm telling you, I'm changed, I'm converted, and I recommend it. But there are a couple things that I am uncertain about, and maybe all you Harry Potter fans can reassure me to just keep going, or you can agree with me or disagree with me, but please comment. Let's discuss this. First of all, does anyone else feel like the character Harry Potter is kind of overrated? I just feel like all of the other characters in the book, I would be able to stand behind them being the main character. Like, I've thought about if Ron or Hermione was the main character, how much more entertaining it would make the book. And I don't know why, I just feel like there's a lot of times where people are saying that Harry Potter is this special, unique boy. He comes from these two wizard parents that people loved and respected, and so people are just hoping he will achieve so much. But I just kind of feel like he's sort of lame. And please tell me what I'm missing out on. Maybe I just need to keep reading and maybe that'll get better. But right now, that is currently where I'm at with the character Harry Potter, at least. Now, I'm also wondering why Snape has this interesting relationship with Harry Potter. I have some theories, but I don't want to spoil or cause any kind of discussion with people who might be in the same boat as me of never reading it. But really, like, how many people are in that boat? Probably not many. I know I'm a minority in that area, but I am wondering, what is this strange relationship with Snape and Harry going on? And what is that all about, y'all? What is it about? Also, I feel like when I was little, I always saw scenes and pictures of Draco Malfoy, and, you know, like in the movie advertisements, they make him look like the bad guy because, or partially the bad guy, because he's kind of like the school bully, and he's going to Slytherin, which we all know Slytherin is sketchy. And I just feel like Draco eventually is all talk and no action. Just a lot like typical bullies, where they look like they're mean, they look like they're fierce, they cause a lot of issues, but really when you get down to the core, they like are super insecure people, or they really like have nothing to back up anything that they say to try to make themselves scary and powerful. So that's what I feel about Draco right now. I could be wrong in that department too, but I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of like a little fly that, like, I hope Harry and his friends can just kind of slap away eventually. I don't think he's as dangerous and intense as I had saw in scenes of the movies as a kid. Something I was really surprised about too was I didn't know that Ron, Hermione, and Harry didn't initially start out as good friends, that they all kind of had their differences with each other, and Hermione was kind of a know-it-all, smarty kid, a teacher's pet, and that eventually they're able to become friends, which is great. But for some reason in my head, I just assumed they all just kind of got together and became friends, and, you know, Draco was picking on all of them, so they kind of united a band together. So I did like that aspect, that there was a tight-knit friendship that had to develop, and I think we can all kind of say that about maybe our close friends from elementary school up to now or high school, is just to feel like there were some as kids, like they completely annoyed us, and now like they're our best friends or whatever. And finally, what I want to ask you all, and I'm curious, and if you guys know of any quizzes or know of any ways that I can find this out, is what house you think you belong to. I, for some reason, just feel like I would be in Hufflepuff. It's just this natural gut idea that I have, but if you all know of any good quizzes that I can take in order to resolve this unsettling answer that I currently have, unsettling question that I currently have, then please put it in the comments so that we can discuss it. And what house are you all from? I would really love to know and see why that fits into your character as a person. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any books or movies that you've recently seen that you would like to talk about, and if you recommend them or not recommend them, let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. And I am going to, as of now, use this as a way to bring accessibility for all, deaf, hard of hearing, and my spoken English hearing crowd, for us to be able to have real-time equal accessibility. But please, if any of you know a better way for me to be doing this, please let me know. I would really, I covet anything right now that you bring to me that would be very beneficial and helpful. I want to leave you all with my prayers, my good vibes, my joy, peace, and abundance to you all. May you guys just be fruitful. May you reach your goals at the end of this month or year or whatever time frame you have for that you will just be able to see abundance 1,000-fold more than you imagined. All my love.